Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, hee hee, and vitamin D, baby. Is beautiful. And my friend, the reason why when I was in Ashland, I think Ashland was in Michigan, yes, the border. So this is one of the fancy wells. Usually, it's just a faucet coming out of the ground, but this one you got to hand pump. All the other one, you gotta turn it a little. You just turn the faucet on. This one you gotta pump. But man, if I were to have a house, I would love to have a well. The well in Ashland, that was one of the best water I've ever tasted my entire life. And water, our body consists about 70% of water. Let's try some of this water. Oh my God, it's delicious. I gotta go fill it up. But my friend, let's turn the camera around. Okay, at least you were able to witness a well. Most of the people that live in the city probably don't have an idea what a faucet for a well is. No. I mean, I didn't know. And especially when I started this journey, able to spot like cell phone tower or towers, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, you start learning a lot of things about, things that you didn't know. And I was like, man, but I'm going to fill up the well. Aha! Oh my God, I never thought of it that way. Genius! And man, I remember years and years and years ago, more probably 8 to 10, I saw this documentary on water, how water contains memory of the environment. Because if we think about it, water just basically recycles itself. And I remember when and water also, has emotions. Yes, it does. It has emotions. If you put water in a glass and you scream at it, it's shaped into certain shape. I know, that's crazy. But I told my friend about that. I shared it on Facebook like years ago, and he was like, man, you crazy. There's no such thing. There's no memory in water. Until I recently saw a video of Teal Swan about 9 years ago of one of her old videos. And I was like, voila, bitches. I told you there's memory in water. Come on, you're full of it, bro. You're full of it. I don't believe you. But that's the crazy part, because when we think about water, the water that, because I think water, man, every water is like a source of energy. And imagine the water where you came from. So the reason why I was on that video was because so after I watched the video on, it was one of her recent videos, like if you want to understand, if you want a reset of who you are, because during the time that we're born, a lot of things happen, right? It's not just oh, you came out of your mother's womb and voila, you're there. I mean, what did she eat at the time? The environment, the culture that you're in, what kind of food did she eat? What kind of water, the water source, what did she drink? If you want to reset your body, it's so, basically in that video of one of her recent videos, like Just Stated, or no, that's not the title. Life hack. Yeah, I think it was life hack. So if you want to reset yourself, try to understand who you are, you have to go back to the roots of where you were born and start intaking all of the information that your mother were intaking at the time, and eventually it will give you more information. It's kind of like a reset for yourself, right? And I think that is very true, because the more information you have, about, you know, how you came into being, the time, the hospital, what the planets are doing at the time. That's why, you know, astrology is mind-blowing for me. What you mean? My head hurt. My head hurt. God, stop. Like, it's not just astrology itself. Astrology is amazing because we have to understand why we're here, and during the time that we're born, what's going on with the planet, what is going on with our mother, you know, how did they, you know, what kind of environment they were in. So those kind of things are like fascinating to me. And I was like, holy crap. And then, you know, in the video, she mentioned water. And that's when I was like, that's very true. Because years and years and years ago, I remember watching a documentary about water. And man, it does have memory. Imagine, so you take yourself, for example, look at your skin. It came from your grandparent, your mom and dad, your mom and dad, grandparent, great-grandparent, great-great-grandparent, great-great-great-great-grandparents. Imagine all of the things that they went through for you to be here. That's pretty freaking amazing. You have to admit that, right? And, you know, like water, it's the same way. Like, it goes, like, so what is that process called? Photosynthesis. So pretty much, you know, like, so water evaporate, create moisture in the air. Then when it gets up there, the sun melts the clouds, and then they give us water. Bitch, please. Wow, I think I got that right. Photosynthesis, but pretty much, like, every time they go through that process, they carry certain information with them. It's like DNA, you know, like animals, right? Animals, even though we're born different, but why do the majority of DNAs are very similar? And water is the same way. I feel like if we able to go back to the roots of who we are, then we have a better understanding. We might even understand our past lives. Yes. And I don't know if I want to do that, because I'm too worrying. I'm too busy focusing on the future. I mean, if I have an opportunity, would I do it? I mean, if I have extra time, I would. But for me, there's no point of remembering who I am, because I feel like the core of my existence, or of our species, or any species, is to survive, and survive with the intelligence. What is intelligence? It's able to observe everything around us, that everything is alive, and that compassion, God is love. I mean, that's the core. Like, I don't need to go back. I mean, it would be nice if I can, but I wouldn't waste all my, I shouldn't use the word waste, but I mean, it's not important for me, you know, it's not important looking back comparing to looking into the future. But I do believe that there is water, there is memory in water, and they do have emotions, just like a lot of things we don't see, the wind, the mountain, the soil, everything is like a living entities, right? And that's when it goes into like that super esoteric environment. And they're not really esoteric if you think about it. People always think like, oh, esoteric, something mystical, you know, is happening. But if we pay close attention, everything in the universe, everything is right in front of us if we pay enough attention. I'm enlightened, bitches. So my friend, that's a little interesting, kind of like, you know, woke me up from it, kind of like a wake-up call. It's like, hey, you know, if you want to reset your body, you know, or even like considering like So I think resetting the body, it just means that once you go back to your root, you have a better understanding of who you are, and then it will, and then now that you are equipped with the knowledge, what do you do with that knowledge, right? And I think that's a fascinating thing. And eventually, I will have to go back to Vietnam and visit my grandma, so I will definitely do that. So, my friend, water is in our body, and about 75% of it, believe it or not, we have a lot of water up in the brain as well. Or is it fat? If you know the answer, drop it in the comment below. But my friend, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed that little well. The next time when I see another well, a more simple well. This is actually a very nice well, you know, if you ask me. But I'm gonna go fill up the water. I hope you enjoy this little sunshine that we have here. And I just realized that bats, they eat mosquitoes for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Holy moly. That's pretty amazing. I did not know that. And they eat half the size of their size. I read it on this thing here. You want to read it? Okay, my friend, you can pause the video, but I will see you in the next video, and much love.